students. In this presentation, I am going to discuss about the relationship between k, y and sigma. So let us consider a unit cube. Let's say cube whose sides are unity, and let Tx, Ty and Tz are the outward stresses acting along the three axes x, y and z respectively, and let alpha be the elongation per unit length per unit stress along the direction of the forces, and beta the contraction per unit length per unit stress in a direction perpendicular to the respective forces. So that is, if I stretch a material, see, I stretch like this, there is an extension taking place along this direction. So at the meantime, there is a contraction in the perpendicular direction. So that's what beta represents. So in that case, a stress Tx produces an extension. So this Tx produces an extension along the x direction whose value is alpha into Tx. So see, the earlier the length was unity. So now as this stress is acting Tx, so the along the x direction, so this length changes to 1 plus, which was unity earlier, now changes to 1 plus alpha into Tx because of the stress Tx. And at the meantime, see, there are other types of stresses acting, Ty and Tz in the outward direction. So because of which, so this direction is perpendicular to this, right? So that's why there is a contraction taking place. So that's why this along the x direction, the length increases to 1 plus alpha Tx minus beta Ty minus beta Tz. And along the y-axis, see, the length changes to 1 plus alpha Ty minus beta Tz minus beta Tx. And along the z direction, so 1 plus alpha Tz minus beta Tx minus beta Ty. So now let us see what's the total volume. So now the new volume of the cube, so it's given by the product of the three quantities. So that's equal to, see, 1 plus alpha Tx minus beta Ty minus beta Tz into 1 plus alpha Ty minus beta Tz minus beta Tx into 1 plus alpha Tz minus beta Tx minus beta Ty, the product. See, since this alpha and beta are small, and the product of which is negligible, or the squares of which is very small, so when you multiply this, the new volume of the cube, so that can be written as, so that's equal to 1 plus alpha into Tx plus Ty plus Tz. So that is when you multiply, see, each term and simplify. So by considering that the product of alpha with beta, or the squares of which is negligible, so that's why you will get 1 plus alpha into Tx plus Ty plus Tz minus 2 beta into Tx plus Ty plus Tz. Okay, and see, we consider that the three types of stresses, if Tx, Ty and Tz are same, so in that case the new volume of the cube, so that's equal to 1 plus, say, alpha into 3t, right? T plus T plus T, 3t, so here it's t, so minus 2 beta into 3t, so that's equal to 1 plus 3t into alpha minus 2 beta. So that is the new volume. Okay, so what is the see, the change in volume or the increase in volume? So the change in volume, so that's equal to, see, earlier the volume was 1, now it changes to 1 plus 3t into alpha minus 2 beta. So that's why it's 1 plus 3t into alpha minus 2 beta minus 1. That is 3t into alpha minus 2 beta. So this is the volume. Okay, now if so, instead of the outward stress T, a pressure P is acting. See, a pressure P is applied, then the decrease or the increase, the change in volume. So that can be written as change in volume. That can be written as, so that's equal to, instead of T, you just write P. So that's 3P into alpha minus 2 beta. So this is the change in volume. Okay. Therefore, we have the volume strain. So that's equal to change in volume divided by, so the original volume. So that is given by, so that's equal to, change in volume is 3p into alpha minus 2 beta divided by the original volume. See, it was unity, right? So that's equal to 3p into alpha minus 2 beta. Okay, so now we need to find what is the expression for the bulk modulus. So that is bulk modulus. See, to find that, we have K, the bulk modulus, that's equal to, say, the stress, volumetric stress, that is, in this case it's pressure, okay, divided by the volume strain. So that is, we have already found. So that's equal to P divided by the volume strain, so which is equal to 3P into alpha minus 2 beta, which we have already found. So this P and P gets cancelled, so therefore K is equal to 1 divided by 3 into alpha minus 2 beta. Okay, so now we have, say, we have to relate K and sigma, right? So we know that beta by alpha is sigma. So therefore K is equal to, you just take, divide every term by alpha. So 1 by alpha divided by 3 into alpha by alpha is 1 minus 2 beta by alpha. So that's equal to 1 by alpha, that's equal to the Young's modulus over Y divided by 3 into 1 minus 2 sigma. So that's equal to K. So this is what K is related with Y, the Young's modulus, and sigma.